My wife called me terrible in bed, but her best friend said he's actually amazing. She panicked. Her own words destroyed everything. Update 1. You know that moment when you hear something so shocking it feels like the ground disappears beneath your feet? That's exactly what happened when I heard my wife telling her friends I was terrible in bed. Not just bad, terrible with details that made my stomach turn. It was supposed to be a normal Saturday evening. We were hosting one of those casual get-togethers at our house. Nothing fancy, just her college friends catching up over wine and appetizers. I had stepped into the kitchen to grab more ice when I heard voices coming from the living room. The conversation was flowing, typical girl talk until I heard my name mentioned. I froze right there by the refrigerator. Something in her tone made me listen closer. Honestly girls, I don't know what to do anymore, my wife was saying. He has no idea what he's doing. It's like being with a teenager who learned everything from bad movies. The laughter that followed hit me like a physical blow. These women who smiled at me and made polite conversation all evening were now laughing at my expense. That bad? One of them asked. Worse, he thinks he's some kind of expert, but it's just awkward. Really awkward. I've tried dropping hints but he doesn't get it. Sometimes I just lay there thinking about my grocery list. More laughter, more details I won't repeat. Each word felt like a knife twisting deeper. I stood there in my own kitchen, ice melting in my hands, listening to my wife of 6 years destroy me in front of her friends. This wasn't some private conversation between best friends. This was a public roasting and I was the main course. What made it worse was hearing how comfortable she sounded. This wasn't the first time she had talked about me like this. The way she delivered each punchline, the way her friends responded, it was all too rehearsed, too familiar. I set the ice down and walked quietly toward the living room doorway, staying just out of sight. I needed to see their faces. I needed to understand how deep this betrayal went. Maybe you should talk to him directly, suggested another voice. I recognized it as her best friend, the one who always seemed a bit different around me, more reserved. Now I was starting to understand why. Talk to him. My wife laughed again. And say what, honey? Everything you think you know about pleasing a woman is completely wrong. That would crush him. He's actually proud of himself if you can believe that. The cruelty in her voice was something I had never heard before. This wasn't the woman I married.